Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, today I still have out my Joey Card Maker Autumn Rust mashup papers, the freebies on Ko-fi, and I'll put the link down in the description box. But what I did was I went over to the Dollar Tree and I got some hardback books. I've got such a mess, but anyways, never mind that part. And I'm painting them fall colors to dress up an area in on our bar area that I decorate, usually for the seasons. And I haven't quite put out my autumn, like full-blown pumpkins and all of that. So I just wanted to bring a little color to it. So I thought, well, I'm going to dress up some books. So I got these books. This one I had a little mishap, so I had to glue it again. But what I'm doing is I'm just adding Joey's papers. Oh, I keep getting stuff on here. I'm just adding Joey's papers to the spine. And then I also thought I would add these little bumps. You know how sometimes you see those on books? I don't even know what they're for, but I thought I added those in. Now, these books were too big to put one full paper, so I'm having little bands on the ends. And then you can also put a random number. I'm going to do something different on the next one. I'm going to use part of Joey's, he has these little strips. I'll show you here. Let me set this one aside. It's still drying on one little side. Oh, I've had such a time. So on his, he has these little strips here. And so I'm going to use that to band, you know, with a number on this one. So they're not completely the same. So I'm going to set that aside. So, okay. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I got some books. Now, I learned from a mistake that I made last time, and that was just get any book. Which is, you can get any book, but I just realized that if I get books that are close to the color that I want, it makes it a lot easier. So for instance here, I probably will go in and, you know, clean this up, particularly here. And what I'll do is I'll either paint it or sand it or something. But if this were like a neon blue, that's really hard to, you know, cover up. You know, now I'm going to stack them. So unless these sides show in my little display, it's not going to make a difference. So another thing that I learned is, I'm going to glue like sections of the pages together just to keep it together. And also I have no idea what these books are about. And I learned from doing my classes that people like to go in and read them, even though they're just display. So I don't know if they're naughty books. I have no idea. So I'm going to glue them shut, which I think will be good for what I'm going to use them for. So I'm saying that because as I work on it, I'm going to be laying it flat. And so I'm going to wait till the very end to glue it. Okay, so another thing is I just used acrylic paint. I use these Apple Barrel. I got them at Walmart. The dark one that I just showed you is chocolate bar, and then the other one is just straight orange. These books are so porous. I mean, they use like a canvas or a yeah, like a canvas. So it's very, very porous. So it took me several coats. I bet this is 3, and you can see there's still a little bit of you can kind of see through a little bit, and it didn't even touch this thing. So here we'll probably put something over that. Okay, so I want to work on the spine. So I'm going to try something different than what I did on the other one. On the other one, I only used, I'll try to get it right in the middle so it'll lay a little bit flatter. On this one, on the brown one, I only used Fabri-Tac. And I'll use the Fabri-Tac because I wanted to be able to have some give and situate, and I am glad that I did that, but I noticed that a little bit came up once I put Mod Podge over it, and I noticed a little bit came up. Well, anyways, I'll probably use a combination of Fabri-Tac and art glitter glue. Okay, so what I'm doing is, this is what I've decided to put here. Okay, and then I'm going to put these at the top and the bottom like that. And then I'm going to put this somewhere in here with a number on it. Okay. So what I've done, what I'm wanting to do is kind of like when you're sewing and you just put corner to corner, you just give a teeny tiny press corner to corner and a teeny tiny press just so you can find middle. And I'm going to do the same thing with these, corner to corner, corner to corner. Okay, and then same here. I'm getting right into it because I wanna be able to Mod Podge too. We'll see if we get to that. Hope everybody's doing good, having a good day. All right, so I didn't realize that I didn't have another bottle of Fabri-Tac, so I'm on my last. Also, one thing that I noticed is extra Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna leave a little bit here so that I don't go all the way to the edge with the Fabri-Tac. Extra Fabri-Tac, you know how normally you can rub it off of different things? Well, excuse me, you can rub it off on these canvas books, but they leave kind of a shiny mark. And so I thought, well, maybe that'll go away when I Mod Podge, but it didn't. So I wasn't super happy about that. So now I'm going to go try to get close to the edge, because as I squeeze it down, I'll probably move. And I don't want a whole lot of bleed over. Face, I had to scratch my face. My hair, I've got some of my hair down and it's bothering me. It's tickling. Well, it has been so nice. Come on. Actually have had we have a sliding glass door that goes out to a little deck in our bedroom, and actually I've had that open a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to try to get middle here. With my point. Okay. All right. Give it some good squeezing. Grab a paper towel here. Yeah, so it's super nice. And yeah, so even that Fabri-Tac, or I'm sorry, the art glitter glue, it leaves, it's not coming across very nice. But the great thing about this is nobody's going to be looking too close, you know. They're not going to be picking it up and reading it. So I'm just going to try to get it down in those grooves good. I think that's pretty good. Okay. You can kind of see where it's going to pop up a little bit. I did not notice this on the brown book, so then when I went to Mod Podge, I kind of tried to help with the Mod Podge, and I mean, it's okay, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's just a prop, kind of prop, you know, it's just a fake. A fun fake with using some Joey's stuff, so I think it'll be super pretty. Now, my daughter is thinking about doing something similar with Joey's free digitals from Ko-fi. She is doing the table displays at her church for a women's retreat. And I'm again using that fold there to try to get it in the middle. And yeah, so for the table decorations, she may be using books to, you know, put on them in the middle of the tables. And then she can put something on top of them. Okay. This one. Need to keep stretching and stretching. Oh, I didn't mean to put that on. Okay, let me see if I can get this off without tearing. Because I do want to try. I want to try to put that over there. Okay, let's try to put that to make those little bubbles again. So all I did was I got this twine. Do I want to make, I think the two look good. So let's try that. I'm just measuring like this, you know, putting it there and measuring. You could probably get out your ruler and be specific. I'm probably going to have to get me a wipey. It is a little bit fiddly with the glue. Lots of, you know, messing around with the glue with your fingers and stuff. So, okay. All right, so I have two. All right, so, okay, here's this. So this is going to go here. So I think what I'm going to do is just go down a little ways. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to go down a little ways from the top or the bottom, which, you know, whatever. And then make a space and do a little bit more. Okay. And then the same up here. Trying not to get, if possible, I'm trying not to drip any of the Fabri-Tac on the book because, like I said, it kind of has a shiny to it. And I don't really want that. Okay. Okay, now let's put this back on. Kind of got it a little bit fussed up here. Okay. All right, here we go. Now this part went pretty smooth on the other book, so let's see how it does here. And I am going to put a little line right through the middle there because I noticed on the last time I did it that needed a little bit. Like there's something there. Okay, here we go. There's the center. Okay. Now I'm just fussy to get it, you know, to be straight on the edges. And the funny thing is, I think you might, like I measured it exactly like I measured the other one, but I think because of having those bands in the middle, it's taking a little bit of it. Okay, so I'm going to hold that as tight as I can. Try to get it as good as I can. I'm having a little trouble on this side. But, okay. And then I'm just going to kind of rub that, kind of help keep it nice and glued in there. You don't want to fuss too much to, you know, move those. So I've been kind of holding in place a little bit as I rub. I slid it a little bit. Let's see if I can get it back up. There's a little fuss to it. There's a little fuss to it. Let's see that, how I slid that a little bit. And then over here slid a little bit. And here slid a little bit. So we'll definitely have to probably what we'll do is I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to worry about it too much, to be honest. Could, you know, you could put ribbon there. That's not the look I'm going for, but it would be super cute, depending on what you're doing with it. You could put some washi down the side to cover it up. I'm going to try to just use my walnut stain and, you know, kind of cover it a little bit like that. We'll see. Then I want to just put a little bit right in here. Okay. I like the darker to go to the top, or the edge, I guess I should say. Okay, what's going on here? With that art glitter glue, you don't have as much wiggle time. You get a bit of, you know, a good stick, but you just don't have the wiggle room, the wiggle time to get it down. Or the peel back, you know what I mean? Like you don't, it's not as reset friendly, I guess I should say. Okay. Definitely not perfect, for sure, but it is going to work. All right. It's going to work. Okay, now on this, what should I put? I think I'm going to put, where is my Joey stuff? I think I have, maybe I don't. How about this? I was going to put the cat, but I used the cat and I didn't make another copy. I've made 4 or 5 copies of this already. Oh wait, maybe this is it. Yeah. I'm going to use the cat. Might round it off. Ah. I gotta look over my glasses for this part. Okay. Alrighty. Yay, I'm glad I found that. Put this back in my little folder here. Ah, come on. Let's get everything put away. There we go. Sort of. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, how about if we round this just a little bit, I think. I think that looks good. Might have to cut down that side a little bit. It looks like it didn't cut straight. Huh. I didn't cut it straight. Imagine that. All right, I gotta... Which side is it? Right here. Oh, right. Right here. And right here. Let me get those little bump ups. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna use the walnut. I might even, on the edges here, I might even go, I'm gonna go over it now, but I might even need to go over it again after the Mod Podge dries. We'll see. See, I think that's gonna be cute. Okay. See, it just kind of draws it out a little bit. I'm not crazy that this is missed here, but hopefully nobody's gonna notice it. And I'm not crazy if that didn't go all the way down, but hopefully, again, hopefully no one's gonna notice it too badly. Is that a word, badly? Okay. Oh, and then I also want to put this on with a number. So let me get my, whoops. Let me get some numbers. Okay. Kind of wanted to use something a little bit different. Do I have any other numbers? One moment, please. Looking to see if I have other numbers. I think I ordered some, but I don't think I've gotten them. Too bad. Oh, I've got really big numbers. But I want little numbers, so I guess we'll just use the same numbers that I used on the other one. Same size numbers, I guess I should say. Okay, let's see if I have them in the right spot. No, backwards. Okay, I'm going to do black for this because that little band is so dark. I don't think it's going to show up. The other one I did was just off of a margin tear off. You know how we tear off the margins, so it was fairly light. Oof. That doesn't feel even, but we're centered. I guess it's okay. Alrighty. Put this back before I lose them all. Okay. Again, I can't find this, and I can't remember where I got it. If I got it off of Amazon or where, I don't know. And then somebody mentioned that they also have one, and they are unable to find it as well. Okay, where to? How about just right there at that seam? Wonder if this one would look good here. Let's see, maybe. Oh, what I did was I just used my scissors and I gave it a little rounding at the edges here, just a teensy tiny round. It was too little to fit in my corner rounder. I want to see what would it look like if we put one up at the top too. I kind of like it. It'd be different, you know. I'm just putting a few things away here. Yeah. Do I want anything on that? No, I don't. Was thinking about it, but I don't. All right. I keep kind of don't have as good as of a grip. It's not that I don't have a grip, which I don't, but mainly it's because I don't have really great circulation in my hands anymore. So I find that little things become a little more fiddly, although I like little things like sewing and little things you put on, you know, embellishments. So sometimes it can be a little challenge. Little things are fiddly anyways, but okay, sorry I was out of camera. Out of view there. All right, now let's put this on here. Okay, so another thing is once I put this probably should have been cardstock. So you may want to do cardstock if you put something like this on the front of the book, because the Mod Podge may ripple because it's so wet. Plus, I made my antiquing, so I added water to it. So that way it's I did that because I like to thin it down a little bit because I put the coffee in it. But because of that, it's going to, where's my thing? It's going to cause some rippling, I bet. Let's see. We'll see. I'm cleaning up a little bit so we have a little room. Okay. Now, I'm almost wondering, I think what I am going to do is distress, since this book is, you know, orange. I think I'm going to go ahead and distress around the edges just a little bit. Even though I have some antiquing, you know, in the Mod Podge, I made my antiquing solution. Okay. Try not to fuss too much, but sometimes you can't help it, can you? Need to get a new sponge. Man, I am just going through these sponges like crazy. I feel like I just put a new one on here. Must have. What am I trying to say? Distressed more than normal. Okay, that's good enough. Let's get all this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and get me out a wipey, because I get a feeling I'm going to need it. Now, you know, I cut mine in thirds, so I'll get that off there anyways. Because I rarely need a full wipey. Unless I'm painting and then I'm a mess. Okay. All right, well, let's kind of try to get it in the middle and lay it flat. I think it looks okay. All right, so here's my Mod Podge stuff, and I'm not super happy with it because I think my Mod Podge is getting old. This is why I had so much glue on my hands before, because the Mod Podge has like little goos in it. Okay, so if you haven't seen this formula before, it's a little bit of warm water, and then my instant coffee just to make the color I want. Then a Mod Podge to make, and then baby powder, and then Mod Podge to make the consistency that I want. I didn't make very much, and I do have a video out there with the recipe somewhere. Now, one thing about it is, a couple of things, because the baby powder is in there, it makes it dry quicker and flatter and not sticky. Also, because this is canvas, it absorbs very quick. So just know that you don't have a lot of time to work out your streaks. This is just a cheapy craft brush from Walmart. It's worked really well, with the exception of every once in a while I find a bristle glued in, which does not make me happy. You could do this with, you know, I did several books for bookbinding. You know how we have, well, I have a book that I use as a cradle when I bookbind. Well, when I was doing the workshops, I did this for the books that everyone was using for the bookbinding because I had gotten them at a thrift store, and, you know, again, you don't know what the story is and could be naughty. So I covered them all. Plus, it looked so nice to have them all the same, you know, similar coordinating. So there's a little goober right there. Okay, so there's that. Now, when that dries, I can go back, and this one I'm going to have to put another coat on. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little difference right there. It's because I tried to fix something and I didn't realize it was going to make such a big difference. But it did. You can see there's something there. Oh, I know what it was. I had worked on the other side and then laid it down, and this side was still wet or something. I don't know. But anyways, it pulled up, so I had to go back over it. I'm not worried about it. Again, I'm just going to stack these on a little shelf in my kitchen for decor, and I don't see that anybody's going to really be looking at them that closely. Of course, I want them to look nice, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be too big of a freak about it. Okay, so there's that, and then that's how that one turned out. It looks really good, I think. And then once I'll put a picture on Instagram and Facebook of them, you know, stacked so you can see them. And that's it. That's all I have for today. I hope you'll do this. It's super fun. It's a really great, so my daughter, her thing at church is a women's retreat, and won't all of those beautiful women that Joey put in this freebie, won't they be beautiful on books stacked up? I think so. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, we just want to remind you that we pray blessings over you, and you're so loved. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.